Welcome. Welcome to your 30 minutes of moving meditation. Let yourself get comfortable. You'll need 2 blocks, or if you don't have blocks, you can use your encyclopedias once again. Maybe a blanket, something to elevate the sit bones, just in case when you're laying down on the blocks. So you'll have the first block like an upside down T, so it's going to come widthways. Where you think that shelf is of your back. And then place the head down. And then notice if you can get a little bit comfortable here. You may need to elevate the sit bones if it's too much, or go ahead and bend the knees. Explore. Notice what your unique range of motion is today. Even though if you have this in your practice and you always can do it on maximum, you might have to lower the blocks. Maybe the one under the head comes on medium, the one underneath the shoulder blades comes down on small. Press into the hand all the way to the elbow, the forearms, and lift. Do that 2 or 3 times, just a nice little lift through the rib cage, the heart center, and then lower back onto the blocks, like a hovering sensation. Not quite lifting right off the blocks, but that sensation of lift. If you'd like, you can lengthen through the legs or keep them bent. Take care of yourself. Let yourself start exactly where you are. Then go ahead and place your palms of your hands, fingertips in the direction of each other, right on the bottom of the rib cage. As you inhale, feel them expand outward. They might feel like they're just flailing right out. Inhale, they come flailing out, maybe outward, and then as you exhale, lengthen them down towards the hips, knitting them inward as you exhale. And then take your time and move that block that's underneath the shoulder blades just a hair down, just a hair downward. Notice how it feels. And then we're going to move our hands with our breath when you're ready. So have the hands down by your side. As you inhale, the arms can lift upward. As you exhale, they can come downward with the breath. Notice as you breathe, the arms expanding upward, generous bend in the elbows. No need to hold anywhere here. How about one more here? Inhale up. And then exhale down. Press into the forearms and let yourself prop up just enough to get that lower block to come up and down lengthways now, rooted at the bottom of the rib cage so it's not resting in the lower back. And then go ahead and fold right down on them once again. We're going to do our little snow angels now so that the knuckles will hover. So clear the runway, clear anything in the arm's reach. You'll inhale and the arms will come upward, generous bend in the elbows. Exhale, the baby fingers come down towards the legs. They never have to touch. Notice how the shoulder blades roll right into that block. 2, 3, 4 times here. Then, like you're resting, you are laying in the clock. The arms can come at any time and rest downward for a breath, 2 or 3. Play. Notice that sometimes it'll be a strong sensation, but it's not pain or pinching. Something that you can breathe through. So here we are damming up, bringing some mindful compression into this area of the body so that when we come off of the blocks, just like a dam being removed, that circulation will rush and rage and vigorously come into that place to renew and restore and rejuvenate and rebuild this area a little bit more pliable. And go ahead and come on up, chin to chest. Take the blocks right out by your side. Come into a body scan and scan the body from the heels all the way up to the calves, to the knees, to the sit bones, and then notice the lower spine and how the whole back body is responding to what's just occurred. Breathe into that sensation that you've created. And then go ahead and bend up that right leg and reach out for the shin. Maybe you'll interlace the fingers there or come right underneath the knee and interlace. Notice how it feels to rest here. You might want to move the foot and flutter it back and forth. It's a light little movement to the foot. If you'd like to experiment, circle the toes. Allow the toes to initiate the movement. Notice how the big toe all the way to the baby toe move. Go the other direction. And then allow yourself to rest here. Bring the ankle, shin area to rest right on that straight leg while you're resting right onto your back. The palms can be little anchors on your hips. Here you can use a prop, a blanket or a block underneath that bent right knee. Move the foot and circle it and know that it can move. You can flex it if you want to, if you're experiencing anything negative in the knee that just doesn't feel good. Let the arms come out like wings, and as you exhale, hug the one you love. You'll inhale and you'll open those wings. And then you'll exhale and you'll hug. You can alternate between one arm up and the other one down. Feel how well the body is breathing in this dynamic posture, this beautiful soft flow. Then go ahead and grab the elbows. And with the breath, you can move the elbows, framing the head all the way down to the floor and then all the way up. Notice how well the shoulders are moving. Breathe. And notice how well the body is breathing here. Then we'll bend up that left knee. Leave the right leg crossed over. Come into a dynamic twist, a slow moving twist now over to your left. That right foot might touch down on the block or maybe the thigh. Or maybe you have a big range of motion and you can come all the way down to the floor. yogi's choice. Once you'd like to come into stillness, please do. You can rest that thigh on a block, or maybe it's the foot that you rest on a block. Still hanging on to those elbows, the head can look into the opposite direction. See if the belly can soften up enough to really receive that breath. Allow it to float up as you inhale and soften, soften, soften on the exhale. How well is the body breathing in this stillness? Then you can float out of it softly. Gently lift that left leg up. Go ahead and cradle the right. You can hang on to the heel just so that the foot can press into that left hand, and you can rock it like a baby. Back and forth into the hip socket. You can hang on to the calf, the shin, and play with the foot. Like an elliptical, it can circle. The light little circling coming right back, back, back to where you started. Extend that right leg out now, and we're going to come to the other side. Let the left one come on into the belly. Whatever clasps you had on the other side, it might do for this side, or maybe it's you use a strap, or it's the shin that you're wanting. A little movement through that left foot now. Let it flutter. Notice how the toes are moving. And then go ahead and circle. The toes might come into a nice light little movement through the big toe, the baby toe. And what's it like to go the other way? You can come into stillness. Notice what it's like to be perfectly still here. And then you're going to go ahead and rest it right above that right knee. So the ankle, the shin. You can go ahead and plunk something like a blanket or your block if it's available underneath that left thigh, or maybe it's going to be closer to the knee if it lays closer to the floor. Let yourself be comfortable. This effortless effort. You feel a 3.5 out of 10 in sensation. Let the bones fall apart from each other. The muscles loosen their grip. And just navigate through your body these places of holding. See if you can let go of that. And then open up those arms like wings and start moving in that flow of inhaling, allowing them to come out, and exhale, hug the one you love. Alternate one on top, one below. Just a light little flow here. Inhale out. Nice exhale in. Then hang on to those elbows, and you can move the forearms over the crown towards the floor, and then the forearms can move towards the rib cage. It never has to get there. Notice your range of motion on this side. Anchor, root the back of the shoulders into the mat. Notice how they move with that weight coming back into the mat. Elbows moving forward and back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Then go ahead and bend up that right knee. We're going to come into the twist on this side, so you can come into that dynamic flavor of moving just subtly towards the floor with that left foot. Some of you will be very flexible, and you might be able to come all the way down to the floor with that foot, the thigh, or maybe you place the block underneath this outer knee, or that left foot can come right into the block along with the thigh. Each time you come into this pose, it might be slightly different. Please let it. The gaze can be in the opposite direction, or maybe up at the ceiling or towards that bent knee. How well is the body breathing in this shape? Can you breathe freely? Can you feel the belly rise and fall? Our truth strength comes from that inner faith, our trust in the unfolding of our lives and our abilities to be grateful no matter what. So feel grateful to be on your mat, moving in this manner. Feel that joy, that compassion, that kindness towards yourself. And go ahead and now lift the body up. And then you're going to come on into cradling your left leg. So you can go ahead and hang on to the ankle, press into that right hand with the foot, the toes, the heel. And maybe the left hand on the thigh. You might be able to feel a press both ways if you have that range of motion in the arms. Or you can allow the arms to move the leg from the calf, the thigh, the knee, in this circular motion. It's like an elliptical, just very, very small range of motion. So keep on circling that knee a little bit, as you bring it right back down. You're going to heel toe the feet wide, and the inner knees are going to knock, and just notice what's occurred in the body. Follow from the knees all the way down to the back of the pelvis. And slowly we're going to come on up into tabletop, right onto our hands and our knees. Nice flat back. Coming into cat and cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, upward. So let this movement be the pump to your breath. Inhale, come into that crescent shaped back bend. Exhale, round. Notice the rib cage drop as you inhale. As you exhale, it floats upward. Then widen the knees, let the big toes touch. Walk the hands over to the right side. We're going to come into thread the needle here. Bring that right arm right underneath between the knee and the arm. Rest the forehead down on your mat. Notice how the body can breathe in this shape. Just navigate through these places in the body. Find where you're tight and then let it go. We're going to come on over to the other side, so gently unravel. Walk the hands over to the left side. Take that left arm and just thread it right through. root the forehead down. Notice how it feels on this side. How well can the body breathe? And then go ahead and navigate through. Where can I relax a little bit in this shape? The jaw, the belly. And then come on out. Come on all the way to your hands and knees. And then very softly, we're going to make our way all the way onto our backs once again. You'll need your block. Come all the way onto your back in preparation for bridge pose. Park the block right in between the pubic bone and the knees. So in the upper legs, a light little squeeze as you raise the tush, and then exhale down. Arms are lengthways, palms down, inhale upward, and then exhale downward. Move with your breath. Inhale up as you press through the arms, the heel. Notice all four corners of the feet, big toe, baby toe, and heel. As you press, you move up. Exhale, float down. Take the block, gently bring it widthways right underneath the back of the pelvis. So you're resting the sacrum. Notice what this feels like as that pelvis is resting right onto the block. You can lengthen through one leg all the way up, and then the other. Bring the hands to rest on the thighs, and you can move the knees towards the belly, and we're going to come into some toe taps. You can exhale them into the belly and with a little bit of a tap down, alternating between feet, 1 foot at a time. Just a few here. Notice that lower abdominal area working, or girdle-like muscle right underneath the navel. Our transverse abdominis right here. 1 toe taps at a time. Just 1. Alternate. And now 2. Notice what it's like and how well this muscle is working with both feet now with light little taps. Take your time. We're going to circle the knees without the hands. And then some of you might want to explore the variation where you use the hands, so root between the shoulder and the elbow, using the hands as a wedge. So you can literally hang out in that hand on the edge of the leg. And then pull away from it and notice your supporting core muscles working. And you do the same on the other side. The leg can come into the hand and then pull the legs away from it and then come into the support of the hand and then pull away from it. Do this 1, 2, 3 times. Circle the knees away from the belly and then come on over to the other side. Play. Have some fun. Notice how well this core is working. And then bring the knees together and just flutter one knee outward. Leave the other one in the center. And then alternate 2 or 3 times on this side. You can exhale it down and bring it right back to the other knee. And try both. What's it like to bring both legs out to the hands? Just a nice little tap. Notice the core working, the hips working. Extend the legs out. Have some fun with extended legs. A little bit more weight coming out. You can bend the knees in the middle and then extend the legs and they come out. Bring the inseam to touch. Bend the knees. Extend them up. And then come on out to the hands. Let's do that again. Bring it all the way up. Bend the knees. And then bring it all the way out to the hands. The head can come up. So we're just adding on. So this is an invitation. You can decline. Head can come up as the legs come out. Working the core just a wee bit more. Or just differently. Nice. Legs can come down here. Arms down. Prepare to come on off the block. Come on the balls of the foot. Raise the tush. And take that block out. Nice. And go ahead and come right into a beautiful body scan, Shavasana, on the back. The hands can rest on the belly. You can rock the head back and forth. Knuckles can become heavy, whatever feels good here. And allow yourself to melt. Let go of anything we're holding on to. Feel the energy that you've created. And bask in that. You can roll onto the belly for a belly down Shavasana. Arms float down by your side, thumbs touch the edges. Roll the temple, the cheek, the ear over. Notice how well the belly can press as you inhale, and how well it can soften as you exhale. And then you can float the head over to the other side. Feel the body surrender. Feel free to stay in any of these beautiful resting places. Or if it's only a half an hour that you have, then you can bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Give a light little press, send the sit bones back, 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 and forehead rests down. 3 nice big inhales here. And then you can come into a comfortable seated position. Come on into Virasana or Hero's Pose with the block right between the heels. Rest the sit bones down, palms rest together. Notice that energetic quality of the body here. You can stay here listening to the breath for as long as you'd like. Namaste.